Hi guys, my name is Jeff from the heart of New Jersey. Today I'm going to make a video on how to trade stocks on Wall Street. Usually I use a platform called Robinhood because it's commission free, and for about $10 a month you can trade off hours or within the trading period. But just before we continue, this is just it's not an advice I'm making, it's just my own opinion, so you can do your own research, and the more research you do, the better you do on Wall Street. I started trading about maybe probably two to 3 years ago, but then lately I've been doing much better, and I do recommend, for beginners, just start with the minimum, the lowest amount you can, maybe $1,000, $2,000, and then as time goes by, you just progress all over and over. So just today, I'm gonna show you using just a chart on how my daily trading goes by. Follow me through. Then don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, basically I'm going to use this chart as a form of illustration on how I do my stock trading. So let's start with the minimum figure of 100 shares. Just that's the minimum shares that we can begin with, and let's begin it from here. These are 100 shares. When the stock market opens up in the morning, we buy 100 shares in the morning. So as we look at upon the shares by midday, somewhere like this, the shares risen up. So over here we hope things might be better. At this point we just sell, let's say, 50 shares of our stock. But then as time goes by, our share falls short. So what do we do next? We still have a balance of 50. Instead of just selling everything, we just buy another 50 stock over here. So plus 50, let's add 50 shares to our portfolio. That's 50. And then by midday, at the close of the day, our share, we see, the graph is still going up. So at this point, we already had 100 shares. So we just sell, let's say we sell everything. That's the 100 shares. Wow, that looks like so good then, because we don't know what happens at this time. Maybe it can go up, can go down. But then when we look at our graph, we see our share coming down. We just, out of our aggressiveness, we go right here and buy straight up 100 shares. But then as the time goes by, we see our graph is there's no big difference that much. So what we do, instead of just doing everything, we sell 50 shares off right here, because we're just trying to be proactive, and instead of making losses, so we sell 50 shares. And on the process, our share, our stock goes really down. So at this point here, we become aggressive and buy 100 shares at this moment. So in total we have 150 shares. Then at this time we see, oh wow, the stock market is doing really well. We sell all our shares. That's 150, because we don't know what happens next. But again, all of a sudden the graph drops down so far here. At this moment we buy 150 shares. So at this point here, right, like now, as the day is going up, at this point we don't know what happens at this moment. So right here we just decide to sell 100 shares, because for you to minimize the risk, we just sell 100 shares right here. So we're left with 150 shares at the moment. So, and then something happens by maybe midday, end of the day, the share right here shoots straight up right here. So we end up selling our 50 shares that we had on top over here. So we have, in total, we have sold minus 50. And then the share comes down right away. So we buy everything we had. So we buy 150 shares right here. And then as we see, the graph still keeps going up. The margins are not that big. At this moment here, we decide to buy, maybe sell another 100 shares. That's minus 100. So we are still left with 150 shares. We still left with 50 shares to be exact. So at this point here, we see the graph. Oh wow, still doing well. So we sell the rest of the 50, and then the graph drops, and so forth and so forth. So by the end of the day, if you follow the graph at that time, on that point, you will end up making more money, because if you see the minus and the profits you'll be reaping over here, then bingo, you shall have made more money.